I'm trying to be the biggest thing out there. Like, that's my vision.
In the summer of 2002, a 20-year-old aspiring rapper from Miami named Jin Au Yeung finds himself in the heart of New York City. It's no coincidence that it just so happens to also be the birthplace of hip-hop. And it doesn't take long for Jin to stumble upon the biggest opportunity of his life.
Yo, with a name like Hassan, you should join the Taliban, cause that's the only way you'll get flexed to drop a bomb.
Week after week, Jin annihilates the competition, and after 7 consecutive weeks on BET's 106 in Park, it was a wrap.
Freestyle Friday champion.
Jin is crowned champion, and the rest is history. He signs a deal with Rough Riders and Virgin Records, making him the first Asian American rapper to sign a major label record deal. His star quickly rises, shooting well beyond the music industry. Movie directors take notice, and before long, strangers on the street approach him, not as Jin the rapper, but as Jin the actor.
For example, one thing that people always stop me for is, oh, you was in Fast and the Furious. That was you. I'm like, yeah. This ain't LoJack.
For the next few years, Jin continues doing what he does best. Solidifying his spot as one of the most respected battle MCs in the world. It seemed as if nothing could stop the momentum. That is, until it actually did stop.
I feel like almost it happened when it was supposed to happen.
His major deal with Rough Riders comes to an end. And before long, his fans begin to wonder if they would even hear from Jin again.
Oh, Jin. Yeah, the Chinese guy that was battling. He's animal battling, signed with Rough Riders. Learned Chinese, they might even go as far to say. Then it kind of stops there.
After some soul-searching, Jin pushes forward, releasing a string of underground albums as a newly independent artist. Although the albums weren't as mainstream as The Rest Is History, Jin begins building a loyal fan base. He easily sells over 5,000 units.
There's like 2 things that I really love, like, or I cherish. You know, well, there's like 2 or 3 things that I really cherish in my life, in my existence as a whole. There's like my family, there's friends, and then the only really other thing that I really cherish is hip-hop.
And it's that love for the music and the culture that fuels his conscience. Jin decides to go in a completely different direction. He begins by writing a new album entirely in Chinese. He calls the project ABC, or American Born Chinese, detailing his life as a Chinese American.
That leads me to believe that timing is so crucial in so many different ways, because this album was, in a sense, it was like 20-something years in the making, because I took my whole experience as an Asian American, being Chinese and born in the United States, and put it into just various song topics and into this album as a whole.
With no label deal and no pressure, Jin begins recording the album in the confines of a home studio. The entire album, produced by LA hip-hop group Far East Movement, is recorded in only 2 days.
So we did that, and you know, I had the intentions of releasing it in Hong Kong. This was in 2006, but like the way the world works is, if it's not supposed to happen, it doesn't happen. And we didn't release it in Hong Kong. In fact, we released it in the United States first.
Jin signs a deal with one of his most ardent supporters, Carl Choi. The album is released through Choi's independent label, Catch Music Group. Then comes the inevitable. Hong Kong takes notice. Catch Music Group decides to partner with Universal Music Group to release the album in Hong Kong. Songs from the album quickly flood the radio airwaves.
The fact that a big company, you know, like a big major record label would be interested in me and this project in particular, and having the faith in it to release it in Hong Kong on a major scale, it meant a lot to me.
Once the album finally hits store shelves, its popularity begins spreading like wildfire. attracting attention from Asia's A-list superstars, such as Daniel Wu, Sam Lee, and Van S. Wu. The album's success prompts Jin to make yet another drastic career maneuver. He decides to move to Hong Kong.
Just living in Hong Kong is such a crazy experience. And then under this, in this situation where I'm there as an artist and a new artist and being exposed to all of the media outlets, and it's just crazy.
Thank you, God, thank you. Thank you, Hong Kong. Thank you, my management, Catch. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Universal Records. Wan Kao.
To be able to go to Hong Kong and use the ABC album as like a platform for me to share what I know and what I love about hip-hop with the rest of everybody out there, that's the best part to me. Like, it's just so rewarding. You know, like, everybody's like, they'll look at me and I'll be like, what is hip-hop? What's hip-hop, Jin? And, I mean, my answer is not the absolute truth, but, you know, I would like to think that I have a pretty good understanding of hip-hop culture and a respect for it, most importantly. And I think that's what I try to instill in everybody there, more than anything.
Even as Jin reinvents himself, he decides that this time, he's going to let the world know that although he's proud of his background as a battle MC, it is not what defines him.
And this is like my mission. Like, this is my mission every day. Every time that I record a song, I write a new rhyme.
In fact, he says he had always brought something new to each and every album he's ever recorded. The work speaks for itself. You just have to pay attention.
It can range from so many different things. And that right there alone is like the ultimate... That's the evidence. That's the exhibit, you know, like in court, exhibit A, exhibit B, you know, like, that's the exhibit. Listen to The Rest Is History. Listen to ABC album, if you understand Chinese. Listen to I Promise. Listen to Propaganda.
While new opportunities begin coming his way, Jin doesn't forget how far he's come.
I definitely feel blessed and am fortunate in the fact that throughout the last couple of years, I've been able to evolve into more than just that, you know, to appearing in major motion pictures and, you know, being able to do shows nonstop, touring all around the world, sponsored by, you know, global brands that, you know, see the potential in me.
And it's that potential that he says will soon be discovered.
I actually bring a lot more to the table, and I intend to bring a lot more to the table.
As a self-proclaimed Renaissance man, Jin has already brought more to the table than most people realize. Not one to be content with just making a mark in music and in film, Jin decides to try his hand at something he's always wanted to do: stand-up comedy.
I mean, I just love laughter, I just love positive. I mean, I think the world needs more of that. Now I'm sounding cheesy. Just leave that in there.
The stand-up comedy stint is short-lived, but it sparks another ambition as a part-time motivational speaker and political activist. Yet another platform to connect with his audience.
Motivating whoever is listening to me in whatever way I can with my own personal experience, you know, that means a lot to me. So it's all about being multi-dimensional. Let's go, man. Like, I do want to do more acting, and I plan to, but it's something that I respect. Like, the art of acting and filmmaking is something that I respect so highly and admire, and I'm so just passionate about wanting to do that I want it to happen naturally.
Back in Hong Kong, Jin's popularity begins to soar even higher. Corporate sponsors come knocking, while audiences pack venues.
They're like, oh, Jin, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and their reaction to me is the equivalent of a Grammy, of a platinum plaque.
Goals that are well within reach, as Jin becomes the first of a new generation of global artists, with a fan base spanning across from east to west. It's an accomplishment that most artists can only dream of. It's the culmination of things that all began over 3 decades ago, when Jin's mother and father decided they would leave Hong Kong in search of the American dream. Little did they know, their yet-to-be American-born son would eventually live out those dreams back where their journey began.
Hong Kong, somebody say, oh yeah!
Like, I just want them to see Jin as a whole. Like, Jin, the whole thing. You can have it. It's yours to keep.
Let's go! Popped up out of bed, I'm in Hong Kong. Took a look in the mirror, said, what's up? Yeah, I'm out here getting money.